Hello lovelies, and welcome to the next video in my catch up on December Daily 2021 series. So it took me longer than I wanted to get this video up. Migraines and unhappy toddlers and life. So it's finally here, and I have done, what did I do? Day 4, 5 and 6, but day 4 was a fair few pages because I had a couple of things I wanted to document. So in the past with my December Daily, I have done literally 1 page to a day. Same with my Project Life, I've done 1 double page spread to a week. But recently, last year and this year, I take a lot of photos, and I hate being restricted in picking out those photos. And then I thought, who's restricting me? I'm restricting myself. It's my album. So I have thought, well, if I like the photos, I'm just going to throw them in. So day 4 has 1, 2, 3. I think it has like 3 pages. Yeah. And that's because I also had a girls' night, and same with my Project Life. Some of my weeks go over a couple of pages because, well, I like all my photos and I don't want to cut any out. And who says it only has to be 1 double page spread? So yeah, it's your album, your rules. Do what you like. Look at Inky Quill. She does multiple pages for specific weeks. So, yeah. There is no hard rule saying you have to do 1 day to a page or 1 week to a double page spread. So, yes, that is what I have been letting go of recently. The thought that I'm locked into that, because no, I'm not. So, this is day 4. This is the first page of day 4. So I've got my title card up the top. I do love making the big title cards. So I've got a glittery 4. I've used a graph card, a grid card to put my journaling. And my journaling is just a quick what these photos are about. So one side we do some Christmas craft with my niece and nephews. My nieces and nephews. I have one. Anyway, they come over and we do some Christmas craft. And then this was a Facebook post. Now, I take photos if I want to remember something, if I put up a post. So instead of documenting all of these photos, I just took a snapshot of the Facebook post where I posted all the photos and also wrote what had happened. And it's a good way to keep things in your album. And in this case, the elf decided to shave Dad's head. Our elf has it in for Dad. I'm telling you, every year, poor Dad gets picked on by this elf. And, this year he did one very, very short strip right down the middle of his head, a la Mayor of Whoville, if you've seen The Grinch. So, yeah, that had to be documented. And so I've just, on my desk, my very messy desk, you will see that I have I've tipped out a packet of the Doodlebug Chit Chat. I love Chit Chat. I really do love I love packs of die cuts. I love them so much. And I'm just going through and picking out a couple of things. This is a picture of we had a girls' night. We just, we all catch up. We bring a plate of food. We bring some alcohol and we just play games. I think we played Cards Against Humanity. I made a pav, and the story goes, I went to get plates. I said, who wants pav? I'll get bowls and I'll get plates. One of my friends, she's like, just grab some forks. So that's what we did. We sat there with forks and ate the pav, and it was the most favourite thing ever. And I had to take a photo of us with our forks. And of course, as I was doing this, one of my friends decided to smush my other friend's face in the pav. So it's become my favourite photo from the evening, and it pretty much sums up what girls' night is like with us. So this is, I'm just adding a little cluster down the bottom and just writing in, girls' night. So this also happened on the 4th. And then this picture down the bottom, I just do a bit of, I'm a bit silly here. So I've got the sticker book, the Simple Stories sticker book from Make It Merry, I think. I love Simple Stories. It's one of my favourite collections. It's one of my favourite brands. And I love the sticker books that you get. I love how everything is themed. And I love the sticker books. They're my absolute favourite thing from a Simple Stories collection. And as you can see, it's got all sorts of bits and pieces in it. And I put the little scallop border there thinking it would look cute. But then I end up covering it up. So it's kind of pointless. But yeah, so I'm just putting a few bits and pieces down. What does that say? I can't read that, it's too small. But yeah, then I think I put, I love the tiny words, they've always been my favourite. And I think it says like hanging with my snowmies or something. So I just like making little clusters up here. And, oh no, I did some journaling. So my favourite way to journal on my photos is to cut strips of cardstock and then write it and then glue it down onto my photos. And that's what I tend to do. This is where I decide I'm going to make a title card. I moved the photos around because this was actually the first photo I took. This was me with the PAV. Don't ask me why I took a photo because, you know, it looked pretty and I don't make PAV. Okay, I didn't make it. I bought the PAV from Coles and then I decorated the top. Let's be honest, it still tasted good. And yeah, so this was the photo and it's in a 4x6 slot. So I've just stuck it to a 4x6 blank and then I've just made it like 2 3x4s. And I'm just using my gold Alphas to Write Girls Night. And it sort of acts like a title card, even though it's on the same day. It just, yeah, acts like a title card and just looks really fun. I enjoy making title cards. So there's a photo on the back as well, but I don't end up embellishing that. Sometimes in my December dailies, I decide not to embellish all the photos. Same in my project life. Now, the reason in this case is I really like this photo and I love it as it is, this one down the bottom. So I decided to keep it as it is. I'm also probably going to scrapbook it for my Project Life album, I think, because I just love it so much. That's me and my besties. So this is day 5, and on day 5 we did letters to Santa. Ruby was about 7 months old, so this was her first time writing a letter to Santa with Daddy's help. So they all sit at the table, I take photos, and we have like a letter to Santa template out and they write down what they'd like. And of course, because we have so many cool Christmas themed props, hats, glasses, I make them put something funny on and then they can write their letters and I take photos. So yeah, and then there's a picture of them. So that's my 4x6 and that's where I've decided to put my my date number. Like I said, I'm using a bunch of different ones. This is just a small gold one. And then down the bottom, I also have a picture of all of them in front of the tree with their letters. It's a good way because my boys send their letters off to Santa, and so this is a good way of documenting the letters so I can see what they've written, their handwriting, and what they've written that year. So I have a copy of it after they send them off to Santa in the post. So like I said, this was Ruby's first letter to Santa, and Daddy's giving her a hand, and I just wanted to document that one too. So with my December daily, when I do it in bursts like this, especially when I'm behind and catching up for the year, so I tend to get a group of supplies. So you'll notice I'm using sort of the same supplies on all of these photos. I've got the bling, the chit chat, the stars, and the sticker book. So what I do is I go into my Christmas stash. I have a Rascog that I put all my December daily stuff in because I have a lot of Christmas stuff and I only use it once a year. So I put it all in a Rascog and then I go through that Rascog when I'm doing things like this and I pull out a few different things I might want to use that day. And then it all sits on my desk and I'll use them for the pages that I'm doing. I'll pack it all up when I'm done. And then the next day when I move on to the next lot of photos, I will get out another bunch of things. So it's a way of using up my supplies and sort of using up my stash. So this group of photos, yes, you'll notice do look similar in the embellishing process, but then when I move on to the next group of photos and I have a new bunch of embellishments, it'll look different again. So that's pretty much how I like to do it. If it's not on my desk, I'm not going to get up and go find it. So I like to go get a few things, put them on my desk, and then use those. So yeah, that's how I've always done it, really. So these are my finished pages. This is day 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll be back real soon with the next few days. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.